Good morning, everyone. My name is Amit Kumar Singh, and in today's class, we'll do simulation question of last year. Last year, you can see this question paper. So, in last year, we'll do the last year questions of simulation. So that will be the agenda of today's class. So you can see this question. So this question number 4 only you can see. So this question number 4, everyone please write it down this question, so that then we'll start solving this question. Everyone, please write down this question number 4. This we'll discuss today. So last year, your seniors, who everyone, they in the second semester, they have attempted this question number 4. So we'll discuss this question number 4. Everyone, please write it down. This question number 4. So just write down the important points. Or if you have this question paper with you, then no problem. Otherwise, write down the important point. So this question, this came for how many marks? 5 marks question. This came last year, and these all are very easy question. For numerical problem, we need to make sure that if we get a chance that out of theory and numerical, which one to solve, we prefer to solve numerical problem only. So here in section A, like around 7 questions used to come in section A. So out of 7 questions, we need to solve 5 questions. So again, this question number 7 is again very easy question. This is a question of replacement method. So we'll discuss replacement method after we finish the simulation. So that should be the question you should do. Very easy question. Then this is a question of assignment problem. Again, you should do this problem. So 2 questions. This is game theory problem. Third one you should prefer. Then this fourth question should be this. So 4 numericals. You should do this 4 numericals in exam. Then out of option like question number 1 to 3, 3 theory questions are there. Out of that, you can write any of them. So then your process will become very easy. So you just need to prefer numerical. So in section 1, you may get struggle, because maybe at the end of the day in section 1, you may write to attempt 1 or 2 theory question. But if you write a little bit also, out of 5, you easily get 2-3 marks in the exam. So that I don't think would be the big deal for you. So if you prefer numericals only, your work will be done. So I believe you have written down this question number 4. So this question number 4 is like, there's a company that manufactures 200 mopeds. Depending upon the availability of raw material and other condition, the daily production has been varying from 196 mopeds to 204 mopeds, whose probability distribution is given to you. So this data is given to you regarding to their production per day and their probability of that production. Then it is mentioned in the question that the finished moped are transported in specially designed 3-storied lorry that can accommodate only 200 mopeds, using the following 10 random numbers. 10 random numbers are given to you. Simulate the process to find out the question number 1. What will be the average number of moped waiting in the factory? Question number 2. What will be the average number of empty spaces in the lorry? So we'll do these 2 questions. We'll do these 2 part of this question number 4. Everyone, please write down this question number 4. So once you're done with writing this problem, let me know. Then we'll start solving this problem. So either the question is of simulation, either the question is of assignment problem or sequencing problem or game theory based on dominance property. All are easy problem. In exam, you can solve these questions very easily. So you will not find much difficulty in solving these questions. Everyone, please write it down this problem. Shruti, which exam you are telling me? Second semester exam. Who- Seriously, who told you? So means then if exam will not happen, then what? Okay. If exam will not happen, then I think because of corona cases. So is there any news of lockdown again in Bangalore? Okay. I was not aware of this. Exam means like competitive exam also, PGCT and other things. Okay, you're talking about college exams inside like second semester, all that. So, okay. So means you people now will not study, is it? Shruti also send me finance like this, like the way this operation research question paper you have sent me. Like the same way, send me financial management also question paper, complete question paper. Last 4 5 years, whatever you have. Okay, so let's solve this question then. So you want to study, right, you people? Exam cancel doesn't mean that you should stop studying. Yeah. So let's solve this problem. So I hope everyone has written down this problem. I know Shruti, you'll study. I'm worried about other people. Other people would be very happy. Mhm. Mhm. Fine. So that's why Lakshmi stopped attending the classes, is it? She got the news before only that there will be no exam. That's why better not to start, not to attend classes now. Okay, guys. So we'll start solving this problem. So there's a company. It manufactures 200 mopeds. Okay, okay. So everyone written down this problem. Okay, we'll start solving this problem. Fine. So we are talking about 1 minute. One minute. Just my everyone try to solve this question by that time. Maybe my pen also got to know that exam got cancelled. So it is not working. Okay, leave it. So we'll do this problem in Excel only. Okay, so the company, it manufactures 200 moped. Depending upon the availability of raw material and other conditions, the daily production is being varying from 196 moped to 204 moped, and the probability distribution is given to you. So the production per day. So the production. So the production per day and probability is given to you. So the production is given to you 196, 197. So this is from, it is till 203. So you can see this question. So this is from 196 to 204. Okay. It is 196 to 204. This is the production. Now talking about probability, it is 0.05, then 0.09, then 0.12, then 0.14, then 0.2, then 0.15, then 0.11, then 0.08, and then 0.06. So this probability is given to you. So I think the total sum of probability should be 1. Yeah. So the total sum of probability should always be 1. Okay. So we need to always do that work. So fine. So now in exam, you need to do this work. So in the question, this would be, this data would be given to you. Fine. So details, I can give a topic to this. Details of the problem. Details of the problem. Generation of random number. Generation of random number frequency. Generation of random number frequency. Fine. Everyone understood this. So we are doing this problem. So a company manufactures 200 mopeds. Okay, depending upon the availability of raw material, other conditions, the daily production, the range is given, and based upon that, your production, and for each production, the probability of that is given. Because as you can read in this problem, that your production varies from 1 moped to 204 moped. Okay, so based on that, what you can do, this data is given because you're not sure about the production. The production may vary. So your production may vary from 196 to 204 moped, and that probability is given to you. So what we'll do, based on this probability, we'll find the cumulative probability. We'll find the cumulative probability. So cumulative probability would be 0.05, then 0.05 plus 0.09, 0.14, 0.14 plus 0.12, that would be 0.26, 0.26 plus 0.14, that is 0.40, then 0.40 plus 0.2, that would be 0.6, 0.6 plus 0.15, that would be 0.75, 0.75 plus 0.11, that would be 0.86, 0.86 plus 0.86 plus 0.08 would be 0.94, and then this would be 0.94 plus 1, that would be 1. I hope you are clear with this part. So for every problem we'll do like this. Fine. So I can write then random number interval or frequency, anything I can write. So this will be from 00 204, because you can see this is starting from 0.05. You know that because after decimal 2 digits are there, so your random number frequency will be from 0 to 99. Then I can write your random number as 0.05 to 0.13. What I'm writing, 0.05, no, 0.5 to 13. So you write 0.5 to 13. Okay, then your random number will be from 14 to 25. Fine. Then your random number will be from 26 to 39. Then your random number will be from 26 to 39. Then it would be from 40 to 59. Then it will be from 60 to 74. Okay, then it will be from 75 to 85. Okay, then it will be from 86 to 93, and then your random number will be from 94 to 99. I think you are clear with this part. Everyone in exam do neat work in exam, and makes, because these are easy questions, make sure that examiner does not have any option to deduct marks of yours. So we'll do this work. Let me know if anyone have any doubt on this. I think everyone has written down this problem. We are solving question number 4 of last year 2019 question paper. So you can see that the production varies from 196 to 204 mopeds. Although the target of the company is to manufacture 200 moped every year, but even then the production varies from 196 to 204. So the data is given, that probability is also given to you. Once the probability is given to you, you'll find the cumulative probability, and based upon the cumulative probability, you will determine the random number interval. I think you are clear with this. So once you are clear with this part, after this, what we'll do? What we'll do? We will what we will do? We'll use this data, this random number interval. We use this data for estimating the production. Now our work will be to estimate the production based upon these random number. You can see 10 random numbers are given to us, like 82, 89, 78, 24, 53, 61, 18, 45, 4, 23. So 10 random numbers are given to us. So what we'll do, we'll estimate the production per day based upon this data. So based upon this data, we'll try to estimate the production. Anyone have any doubt on this? You are understanding, right? So then after this, I can give a heading. I can give a heading called simulation sheet. So I'll give a heading called simulation sheet. You can see in the problem 10 random numbers are given, and this is per day data. So what I'll do, I'll write a day from 1 to 10. This is 10 day, so 10 random numbers are there. So I'll take 10 days. I'll write 10 day, and then I'll write the random numbers. I'll write down the random number. 10 data is given. Then I'll write down the random number. Random number given to me is 82, then 89, then 78, then 24, then 53, then 61, then 18, then 45, then 04, and then 23. So random numbers are given to us. So for these 10 days, because 10 random number is given, so I'll assume 10 days. So for these 10 days, I have taken these random numbers. Okay, now based upon this random number, I have to estimate the production. So for that, I need this random number. I need two things. I need this production. Now first I need this. Let me copy this. You don't have to do this. Maybe if you want, you can do it in your notebook. Otherwise, because you have notebook, then no problem. This I'm doing for my convenience because I cannot copy. I cannot go and see there again. Better I put it here. Fine. So then what I'll do, I'll estimated production I'll write. No, wait. Don't do this. Become a problem. Don't paste it here. It is not serving my objective. So here I'll write estimated production. Estimated production. Okay, then I'll see this random number 82 will lies where. This random number 82 lies between 75 to 85. So the production for that is 202. So the estimated production, it would be 202. Okay, then 89. 89 lies between 86 to 93. So then the production is 203. Then 78. 78 is between 75 to 85. Sorry, 78, 75 to 85. So write 202. Oh, here it was 203. No? Here it was 203. 89 is 203. Okay, then 78 is 202. Then 24. 24 lies between 14 to 25, 198. 198. Then 53. 53 lies between 53 is this 40 to 59 means 200 means 200. Then 61. 61. 61. 61 is 201. 61 is 201. 61 is 201. Then 18. 18. 18 means 198. 18 means 198. 18 means 198. Then 45. 45 means this is 45. 200. 45 means 200. Then 4. 4 means 196. 4 means 196. Then 23. 23 means 23 is 198. 198. This is your estimated production. Fine, I think everyone is understanding this. This is your estimated production. So Clear? Anyone have any doubt? So here what they're asking simulate this process to find out uh, what will is the average number of moped waiting in the factory. So what is the average number of mopeds waiting in the factory? So what is the average number of moped waiting in the factory? And then they're asking us what will be the average number of empty spaces in the lorry. To do this, what I need to figure out the very important part. You can read this line. It is written that the finished moped are transported in a specially designed three-storied lorry that can accommodate only 200 moped. Okay, so the lorry, you understand, truck. So the truck on which these mopeds are being delivered, that truck can take only 200 moped. Okay, that truck where you'll take this the truck in which you'll take them, they can only take only 200 moped. Okay, so if they'll take only 200 moped, then what will happen? So few moped will have to wait. They can't get accommodated because the truck can carry only 200 moped. But if the total number of moped what you have produced is more than 200, then you can't do anything. They can't go. No, very simple. Very simple. So what I'll do, I'll find the number of moped which are waiting. So what I'll do, I'll find the number of mopeds waiting, number of mopeds which are waiting, because the truck can carry only 200 moped. Any moped which is more than 200 need to wait. There's no option. So any moped which is more than 200 they have to wait. So any if it less than 200 means no problem. So if it is less than 200 then no problem. I think you can easily understand what I'm doing. And 198. So they ask us what is the average number of moped waiting in the factory. So here I can directly use this formula. Here I can directly use this formula, but for you people cannot do in exam. So how to find the average number of moped? Very easily, you know how to find the average number of moped. So average number of moped waiting, average number of mopeds, average number of mopeds waiting. That is nothing but that is total is 8 and the total I have taken 10 days. So that would be 8 by 10 means 0.8. I think you can understand this. And I think you can easily understand this. Now the next thing they are asking that what is the average number of empty space in moped? So what is the average number of empty space in the moped? Empty space. So here empty space in moped. So if more than 200, if there's a more than 200 means there won't be any empty means, and already it is overfull. Overfull means you cannot take more than 200. So there's no question of empty space only. Yeah. So there's no question of empty. If it 198 means two space left. If it 200 is totally occupied 100%. More than 200 or 200 that would be 0. 198 again 2 space. 200 means 0. 196 means 4 space. 198 means 2 space. Now if I ask you what is the average number, so if I ask you what is the average number, so for average number of waiting would be their total, if you do the sum, that is 10. So 10 divided by 10, that would be 1. done with this problem? If anyone have any doubt, please ask me. Anyone have any doubt, please ask me. Clear everyone? Okay, so this is a similar like other problem. If you see this problem, the last class what we have discussed this problem, both problem are exactly similar. Only little bit of data is different. Only little bit of data is different. Otherwise, if you read that problem with the problem which I did just now, and if you compare this problem with the problem what we have discussed last class, both same problem. You can see both are similar problem. Everything is same. In the same way, now in the present question, we what we did just now in that problem, we are talking about mopeds, but here in this problem, they are talking scooter. The name of company here is the Crux India Limited, and the problem what we did, it was written a company. So not much difference is there. Okay, so the number of mopeds what we're manufacturing were varying from 196 to 204. Here it is varying from 146 to 154. Okay, and now the problem what we did, it has 10 data, but here I think is 15 data. So more or less, I think both are same problem only. You can easily understand this. There's nothing different in the problem. So if either of any problem, if you can understand, means your work is done. Solving other problem will not be difficult part for you. Now going further, now see this. And same 2019, same 2019 question paper, same 2019 question paper. Now we'll do this question. Everyone please write it down this problem. Everyone question number 5. Everyone please write it down. So now we'll do this question number 5. Everyone please write down this problem, question number 5. I think you have written down this problem. So let's try to do this problem. So this problem is like, so there's a confectioner sell confectionery item, past data of demand per week in 100 kilogram with the frequencies given to you. Okay, so the demand per week and the frequencies given to you. Here you, if you see the time period, they're talking about per week. Then using the following sequence of random number, generate the demand for the next 15 weeks. So they are expecting us to generate the demand for the next 15 weeks. So there's what you say, few demands are given to us along with probability. Not probability here. There's no probability. The frequency is given to us. By using frequency, we can determine the probability. So by using frequency, we can determine the probability, and then random numbers are given to us. So with by using random number and comparing that with the random number interval, we can estimate the demand per week based on this random numbers. And then what we need to do, we need to find the average demand per week. Okay, great. We can do this question. So we doing this problem is not a big thing. We can easily solve this problem. Okay, so first I'll give the heading. What is the heading? Uh, Generation of random number interval. So the heading is generation of random number interval. So demand per week is given to you 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Demand per week is given to you, and then frequency 2, 11, 8, 21, 5, 3. This is given to you. Now you can see the sum. If I ask you what is the sum of frequency, if I ask you what is the sum, because I need probability. No? Without probability, I cannot do anything. So I can do sum of frequency. So the sum of frequency is what? The sum of frequency is 50. You can add 11 plus 2, 13, 13 plus 8, 21, 21 plus 21, 42, 42 plus 5, 47, 47 plus 3, 50. So what I can do, then I can find probability. So this probability is nothing but this would be 2 divided by 50. So 2 divided by 50 is how much? 1 by 25. 1 by 25 means 0.04. Then they're asking 11 by 55. 11 by 55. What is the value of 11 by 55? You can check with calculator. What is that value? What is 11 by 55? 11 by 55. Sorry, 11 by 50, not 55. Then you can find uh, So I can write this as 0.22. Then this is 8 divided by 50, 0.16. Then this is 21 divided by 50, 0.42. This would be 5 divided by 50, 0.10. 3 divided by 50, 0.06. And we just confirm with calculator, everyone. So what I did know, I wrote 50. In my mind, I thought 50 as 100 by 2. So whatever is your numerator, no, all this frequency I multiplied with 2 and divided by 100. So that is nothing but that is dividing it by 50. So dividing it by 50 means divide by 100 into 2. So once you get the probability, you can find cumulative probability. That is 0.04. 0.04 plus 0.22, that is 0.26. 22 plus 426 plus 0.26 plus 16, 0.42. Then 0.42 plus 0.2, that is 0.84. Then 0.94. And then 1. So you get the cumulative frequency. Why you need cumulative frequency? Because you need to determine random number interval. To determine the random number interval, we need cumulative frequency. So random number interval. So this would be 0, 0 to 0, 3. This would be 0, 4 to 25. This would be 26 to 41. This is 42 to 83. Then this would be 84 to 93. And here this would be 94 to 99. Clear, everyone? Now what I can do, now what is required, what is important for me, now what is important for me, now I can hide this thing. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll write down the random numbers. So better do it separately only. If you see this question, using the following, generate the demand for the next 15 weeks. So generation of demand for the next 15 weeks. Okay, leave it, we'll do here only. So then unhide this. Then I'll write the heading called accumulation sheet. And I need to estimate the demand for 15 weeks. So I'll give serial number 1 to 15. Serial number, and then I'll write the random number. So your random number are 35, 52, then 90, then 13, then 23, then 73, then 34, then 57, then 35, then 83, then 94, then 56, 67, 99, 60. This is a random number. Based on the random number, I can estimate the sales, or sorry, estimate the demand. So now we'll write the demand 35, 35, that is the only thing. 35 means 10, then 52, so 52, 52 is 15, then 90, 90 is 20, 90 is 20, then 13, 13 means 5, 23, 23, 5, 73, 73 is 42 to 83, 15, then 34, Then 34. 34 means 10. Then 57. So 57, 35. So 57. Fifty-seven, 15, then 35. 35 is 10, then 83, 15, then 94, 25, then 56, 56, 15, 67, 67 is 15, then 99, 25, 60, 15. So you estimated the demand. So what you need to do, they ask you find the average demand, generate the demand. Using the following sequence or generate the random. Also find the average demand per week. What is the average demand? So the average demand So this is the total sum of demand. This is the sum of demand per week. This is the average demand per week. You can easily understand this. Not at all a difficult thing. Anyone have any doubt? Simple. Nothing is there to be think about. Very simple problem. Anyone have any doubt? So anyone, you if you have other class, so you can go. If you want to leave, you have 10:30 other class. You can leave for the day. Clear everyone? Anyone have any doubt? Simple. Once you estimate the demand, they ask you find the average demand per week. That I'll divide. I'll divide 215 by 15. So I'll get 14.333. Clear everyone? Clear? Anyone have any doubt? Anyone, have you understood this? No rocket science is there, very simple problem. So here there's a ST data is given to us. So some variable data is given to us with respect to the frequency. So the total sum of frequency is 50. So what I have done, I have converted this frequency into cumulative frequency, and then once I have converted them the data into cumulative frequency. So once I'm done with that, by working on the cumulative frequency, I can work on generation of random number. Once I can generate the random number, so the same random number is compared, because the random number what I'll generate a random number with a class interval. Okay, so if I give you any alternate random numbers, so by looking at the given class interval, we can estimate the demand. Fine. So guys, you can leave for the day. So by this, you can leave for the day. The previous class, one question is there. I'll do that question for the recording purpose. Already I have taught that thing for you, but there's some problem with the voice in the previous class, so I'm doing it again. So everyone, please write down this problem. So we'll do, so till now we have done two problem in this class. So we have done the two problem, those two problem which came in 2019 question paper. So we have done those two problem which came in 2019 question paper. We have done these two problem. Okay, so this is one question, question number 5 we have done. And before that we have done this problem. Both are simulation based problem. Simulation questions are not at all difficult. They are very easy kind of problem. So whenever you work on simulation, some random, not some random means for some distant values, the probability would be given to us. By using that probability, we'll find the cumulative probability, and based upon that, we'll generate a random series, like you can say random number interval. By using that random number interval, what is the random numbers we got? So we use that random number there to estimate the any detail, either it is a production, revenue, whatever. You can generate random number in Excel. You can generate random number by the formula called RAND. You can generate a random number by the formula called RAND open bracket close bracket. So this will generate a random number between 0 to 1, or you can use a command called RAND between, or you can use a command called RAND between. So it will generate a random number, or it will generate a random number between the two range. So once you have the random number, by comparing that random number with the random number interval, you can estimate the production, anything, production, revenue, any y-axis variable which you want to determine, you can do that. Fine. So I hope you are understanding the concept of simulation. So in the first class on the simulation, I have discussed theoretically what simulation is all about, and we understood simulation is being used in the present world of volatility, where more relying on historical data. When we rely more on the data based on probability, the simulation become very important, because there in simulation we create, hypothetically we create a situation, and then we do all our research on that situation, and we believe that the output of this research, based on that model or the situation, will be something which will work on the real life. Okay, so guys, write down this problem, everyone. See this question number 9, what you can see. Everyone please write down this problem, then we'll do this problem. Everyone please write down this problem. So what I'll do, I'll use this data. I hope you have written down this problem. So in this problem, what is mentioned? There's a dealer which sells a particular model of washing machine for which the probability distribution of daily demand is given to you. So you can see the time period in this problem. The time period in this problem is per week data. And so some random demand values are given and the probability is given. So we'll write down that. Let me just copy the heading. Every time we are going to do this only. So demand per week. This is per week only. I guess, yeah, per week only. That is 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Frequency is not given, probability is given. So here probability is given to us. That is 0.05. Probability is given 0.05, 0.25, then 0.20, then 0.25, then 0.10, and then 0.15. Okay, the probability sum should be 1. Then cumulative probability 0.05, 0.30, 0.50, 0.75, 0.85, and then 1. So based on this, I'll generate the random number 00 to 04, then not 0, sorry, 00 to 04, correct? Okay, then here 05 to 29. Okay, 05 to 29. Okay, then 30 to 49, then 52, 52, how much? 74, then 75 to 84, then 85 to 99. You know that you always have to generate the random number till 99. Once you're done with this, now what you can do, now I can estimate the data. I can estimate the data based on the random number. So here you can see the 10-week data is given per week. So 10 week is given to you. So 1, 2, 3. Then random number 89, 34, then 78, 63, 61, 81, 61, 81, 39, 16, 13, 73. So 89 means 50. 34 means 35. Then 78 means 45. Then 63 means 40. Then 61 means 40. Then 81 is 45. Then 39 is 35. Then 16 means 30. And then 13 means 30. 13 means 30. Then 73 means 40. So estimate the demand. So find the average demand for 10 weeks. For the average demand, you need the total sum. So you need the total sum. So the total sum is 390. So you can find the average demand. That will be 39. Fine. I already we have discussed this. I think this nothing you have to do. So same kind of data is given to you, similar kind. In simulation chapter, we don't have to do any hard work. We just need to frame the question based on the output, whatever the data is given to us. The work for us is to determine the random number interval. Once we determine the random number interval, once our work is to determine the random number interval, once that is done, then based on the random number, we estimate the demand, and then after that, whatever is being mentioned in the question, so either they talk about average or any other calculation, that can be done very easily. So I hope you understood what all we have done. So from next class, we'll start a replacement model. So after replacement model, only queuing theory would be left for you. So guys, anyone have any doubt? Anyone want to ask anything? Anyone want to ask anything? Any doubt, anyone? Clear? Anyone want to ask anything? Any doubt in this chapter simulation? So whatever for your previous year exams, what all questions are there, everything I have finished from this chapter simulation, what all can come, what all there's any possibility of any question. I've done all the questions from anywhere. If you have any more questions from any other colleges, so any exams and all, anything if you get, please let me know. Okay, so that we can discuss those questions also. So guys, it's time to say goodbye to all of you. So Monday we'll meet and Monday we'll do a replacement model for you. Fine. Anyone want to ask anything? Kant, Anushri, Arpita, Devika, Shruti, Sushma, Ganga, Nitin. Anyone want to ask anything? Okay, fine. So guys, then we'll wind up the class. Happy weekend, everyone. Take care of yourself, your family. Hope one day in our life we will definitely meet. Just pray to the God that somewhere in our life we meet. So take care, everyone. We'll see you again for the next class. Bye.